Ladies and gentlemen, with that note, we are ready for our keynote address. Mr. David Pine is New Zealand's High Commissioner to Sri Lanka, the Maldives, Bangladesh, and Pakistan, an experienced diplomat. He previously served as New Zealand's High Commissioner to India and Bangladesh, an ambassador to Nepal, and as the High Commissioner to Malaysia and Brunei. His earlier postings include New York, Canberra, Kuala Lumpur, and ambassador to the Philippines. In Wellington, he held several policy roles, including director of MAFAT's Economic Division. Between 2015-19, David worked as a private advisor to multiple organizations and institutions. He chaired the advisory group selecting New Zealand's Centre of Asia-Pacific Excellence in 2017, a $34.5 billion government initiative. And from 2018 to 19, chaired the Trade for All advisory boards, advising the government on making trade negotiations more inclusive. David has served on the boards of the Canterbury United Nations Association Trust and Flying and None Foundation. At the same time, was an adjunct senior fellow at the School of Languages, Social and Political Sciences, University of Canterbury. Holds a BA in Political Studies and LLB from University of Otago. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome His Excellency David Pine, High Commissioner of New Zealand to Sri Lanka, Maldives, Bangladesh, and Pakistan, to make the keynote address.
Thank you. I get invited to a lot of industry events, and they're not always run on time, and they're not always as well run as this one. So I guess this must be the supply chain management event. Honourable Janita Ruan Korutu Waku, the Deputy Minister Ports and Civil Aviation, Mr. Nandana Ekanayaka, Chairman of and CEO of Siam City Cement, Mr. Lalanta Subasinghe, our President of the Institute of Supply and Materials Management, ISMM Council of Management, members of the Institute, and all participants, a very good morning. In 2022, as we've heard, the government of Sri Lanka declared the 24th of October to be the National Supply Chain Day. That it chose the date of 24 October to align with the founding day of this institute is a testament to the ISMM's long-standing service and its leadership in shaping the country's professional landscape in supply chain management. The ISMM has a proud history of service to Sri Lanka for over 5 decades, a commitment to advancing professional education and building industry capacity. The Institute's work, developing professionals, promoting ethical standards, enhancing operational excellence, has made a contribution not just to Sri Lanka's economy, but to the wider Indo-Pacific region that we share. So for all these reasons, it's an honour and a pleasure to be here with you today. Many years ago, as a young diplomat, we all start somewhere, and I had the important assignment of carrying the bag for an experienced and capable New Zealand Trade Minister called Jim Sutton. On one occasion, Minister Sutton received a generous compliment from another minister about the quality of New Zealand food, and I've never forgotten his response. He said, "It's true," the minister said, "we do produce excellent food, but then again, so do most countries. Our specialty is getting that food to distant markets in perfect condition." And when you think about New Zealand's history, our colonial economy was set up as a farm to provide produce to a market on the other side of the world. Supply chain management has always been critical to us. This goes back as far as February 1882, when a sailing ship, the SS Dunedin, left New Zealand for the United Kingdom on a 98-day voyage carrying thousands of mutton, lamb and pig carcasses, 250 kegs of butter, hare, pheasant, turkey and chicken. And because this is an audience of supply chain experts, I know you'll want to know all the details. So I should also mention that there were reported to have been some 2,226 sheep tongues among the consignment. This was not the first refrigerated shipment, but it was by far the most ambitious. No one knew what condition the food would arrive in when it got to the other side of the world. But the butchers and grocers in London were astonished by the quality of the produce, and it's no exaggeration to say that the success of that voyage in 1882 revolutionised the global food trade. There were a further 171 shipments over the following 5 years, and only 9 of them failed. So for Kiwis, supply chain management is far more than a logistical function. It's a cornerstone of our way of life. It connects industries and countries, sustains trade, and directly influences the quality of life of every citizen. In modern New Zealand, the importance of supply chain management is reflected in an economy that's built on trade, agriculture, food processing, technology and services. We rely absolutely on supply chains that are efficient, transparent, sustainable and digitally enabled. We've invested significantly in end-to-end traceability systems that ensure food safety and quality from farm to fork, in cold chain logistics that maintain integrity across export markets, and in renewable energy transport solutions that reduce carbon emissions. And when you look at the weather we're enduring here in Sri Lanka and back home in New Zealand at the moment, the importance of renewable energy can't be stressed enough. The integration of data analytics, blockchain technology, and artificial intelligence in logistics and warehousing has strengthened efficiency and responsiveness across sectors. New Zealand's supply chain governance model emphasises collaboration between government, academia, and industry. Our universities work closely with businesses to ensure curricula remain aligned with global practices, while continuous professional development ensures that practitioners remain adaptive and innovative. And through partners like ISMM, we are forging meaningful partnerships to exchange knowledge, training, and research. In today's world, defined by rapid technological change, geopolitical shifts, and environmental pressures, the ability to design and maintain resilient supply chains is becoming one of the most vital national capabilities. Sri Lanka, located as it is at the centre of major sea lines of communication, with accessible entryways to sea air pathways, has natural strategic advantages. It's no surprise that Colombo Port, for example, has emerged as a major transshipment hub in South Asia. Sri Lanka aspires to be a multimodal logistics hub by providing integrated services and facilities through the development of physical telecommunication and information technology infrastructure between the air and seaport facilities in the future. And I'm confident that Sri Lanka, with its strategic geographic location and expanding professional base, will continue to strengthen its procurement, logistics, and manufacturing ecosystems. A modern, well-governed, and digitally connected supply chain network will be instrumental in uplifting livelihoods and supporting inclusive economic growth. I'm also pleased to note that ISMM has organised 2 technical sessions, an industry session and a CEO forum as part of the full-day program today. I'm certain that the distinguished resource persons and speakers will share their valuable knowledge and experience, creating an exceptional platform for engagement where industry experts can connect, collaborate, and learn from one another. The recognition ceremony for the National Supply Chain Excellence Award this evening will no doubt be a glamorous and memorable occasion for all professionals and supply chain experts present. I extend my best wishes in advance to all award recipients and nominees across every category for their outstanding achievements. Sri Lanka's friends, such as New Zealand, need your logistics industry to succeed. We extend our fullest support to these initiatives. Over time, we would also like to see reforms, including in the rules of ownership, continue in a way that will allow our logistics companies to participate more fully in Sri Lanka. The Government of New Zealand stands ready to continue working with Sri Lanka through educational partnerships, technical collaboration, and industry dialogue to share best practices and foster mutual prosperity. I commend the President, Council of Management, and members of the ISMM for their visionary leadership and unwavering dedication. May your continued efforts inspire the next generation of supply chain professionals who will drive innovation, resilience, and sustainable progress for Sri Lanka in the years ahead.